Well, howdy everybody. How's everybody doing today? This is your friendly neighborhood chef Shade Tree. I don't know if the wind, I could block the wind a little bit, but it's pretty windy out here today. But as you can see, 15 or 10 years ago today, my mom passed away. She died on a, she passed away on a Sunday morning, and this is a Saturday, so almost right down to the, 10 years to the day that she was gone. So I wanted to do a special tribute to her today. Uh, 10 years being gone. Let's hope maybe we can get a glimpse of the sun today, but we got clouds here. It's pretty cloudy. But we'll turn around here a little bit and we'll see the sun kind of poking through just a little bit. Right off over there. It's just now starting to poke through just a slight bit. So we're closing the day out with a little bit of sunshine on my mom's grave. I don't know if let's focus on it. There we go. There's a good see of the sun right there. Just as it's getting ready to set, because it's almost 5 o'clock here. I think it's quarter till 5, somewhere in there. It's getting ready to set. So I thought I'd come over here and see if we can get the sun a little bit on my mom's grave for her 10-year anniversary of being gone. And as you can see, my dad passed away November 17th, 2022. He was a Korean veteran. I got a Korea symbol there. I got you guys too. On the left of me, left here is my grandma and grandpa. That's my mom's mom and dad. And then that would be my aunt. She was like several days old when she passed away, before my mom was actually born. And on the other side is my great grandparents. Over here on the other side. But yeah, I wanted to make a special tribute today for my mom on her 10th anniversary. I was hoping my brother would be home, but he's not home right now. He's got some pictures that I want to, go through and do a tribute to my mom, but he's not home, so I'm not going to be able to get those pictures. But I do have a few pictures at home, so I'll leave here, go back home, and I'll show you some pictures. I'm going to do a special tribute for her on her favorite time of year, Christmas. So I'll get back and we'll talk to you later in a little bit. I want to give a little, before I leave the graveyard here, I want to give a little special recognition to my uncle Ed. He passed away December the 1st of 2006. So he's been gone exactly what? Yeah, he's been gone 19 years. December 1st, 2026. Or 2006. Next year he'll be gone 20 years. So give my Uncle Ed a little special recognition here today. And my aunt and uncle, both of them are buried outside the back door of the church here. So, okay, now I'm going to head home. Okay guys, like I said, we're going to go through some pictures, some past Christmas pictures. And I've got a stack of albums here, picture albums. And we're going to go back in time. This album here is from 1980. So 1980 Christmas. I got my brother and myself. I'll get a focus. Hopefully got enough light here on the subject. But there's me and my brother with a cat. Cat's name was Patches. So that was during Christmas that year. 1980. We got our Christmas pictures taken. There's my brother. And then this is the school Christmas play here. We won't go through all that. And then I want to show this here. This would be my mom's Christmas tree. Nothing spectacular, but there was a few years that my mom had some pretty nice Christmas trees. So I'm just going to go through them and show them to you, what she did. But those, we usually got a real Christmas tree. So there's one. There's me and a cousin of mine. We got some ski goggles that year. That's me here. And then my cousin. My cousin Brett. That would be one of Ed's boys. So that's us opening up Christmas presents during Christmas there. And that's about it for 1980. So let's move on to 81. Okay, this would have been before Christmas 1981. And I do believe right there is when my dad first bought that Kawasaki snowmobile. And you can't tell on the front of it, but right on the headlight cover right here, my headlight pops up right here. My mom's nickname is right here, called Nettie. So, or Netta. Yeah, Netta. So Dad, that was gonna be Mom's snowmobile. And Dad put Netta on the front of it, and that's it, right there. But anyways, right there's the neighbor's house down the road here. That's going out the back of the property here. And that's the neighbor's house. There's the front. That's what it used to look like back in 1981. There was nothing in the front yard there. And there was 3 big pine trees out in the front. Right between the 2 pine trees over here is where the driveway was at, right over here. Those pine trees died a long time ago. Dad cut them down, and that's where our marker of our property was. Is when Dad told people to come here, we got 3 big pine trees in the front yard. You can't miss them. So there's that. But let's get on to the Christmas. Yeah, there's a cat's birthday during that time of year. So here's Christmas. Here's my mom's Christmas tree, 1981. I would have been 10 years old in 81. Here's another good picture of it. It was me and my brother and all of our stuff we got. I got a pair of boots that year. I got boots that year for Christmas, and this is my brother's stuff over here. My stuff was over here. So there it is. And my brother opening up his stuff. There's the cat again with a mouse. And this is right there is my Uncle Ed. Got a glimpse of him. And there's me at Christmas time. Wish this thing would focus a little better, but we got, 1981 Stompers. We got Stompers that year. And then right there is my cousin Mark. That's another one of Ed's boys. And there's my brother right there. Let's see if we got any more. And there was the old TV that was in the corner there. My mom always put angels and a manger scene on top of it. And then the deer got decorated too. Got bells and a wreath and bow on its head. But that was always a fun time, decorate stuff. There's a little village that my mom put up right there. You got Santa and his reindeer there to the left. Santa's workshop there in the middle. And then here's my mom in the kitchen and the kitchen table. She's getting ready to light the candles right there. That's when we had family get-togethers here. And there's my mom right there lighting the candles in 1981. And my grandma standing right back here. That'd be my mom's mom was standing back here. But that's in the kitchen here, the house. There's that Santa Claus still got that Santa Claus that's sitting there in the window. I still have it. There's a bow on the light fixtures. And then there's my grandpa. That's my mom's dad, right there. That was Grandpa Hobegger. Right there with my brother. That's over at Grandpa's house. Grandpa's house, and that's where my brother's at now. So that was his place. Anyways. And this lady here, right there, in the turquoise, or whatever color you want to call it, that was my dad's mom, my Grandma Dudgeon. And then this lady here, that we knew her as our third grandma. This was actually my dad's first wife's mom. But my mom, my dad got along with him real well, and she was our third grandma. I'll have some pictures later on in this little video of her place where she lived at. So, and she always put up Christmas lights. But that's who that was. That's my dad's mom, my grandma, and my third grandma, his first wife's mom. And then some Christmas lilies. Okay, move on. Okay, Christmas 1982. The cat's birthday was always right before Christmas. We always celebrated the cat's birthday. The cat got a piece of meatloaf as a cake. That's what the cat got. Meatloaf. Anyways, let's move on to the Christmas decorations. There's how the fireplace was decorated up. You can see how different it is now from what it was. There's the fireplace there. There's a Christmas tree there. I'm getting a little less light on the subject here. But there's that. My brother got a pair of boots that year. There he is with his boots. And then another picture of the Christmas tree right here. There we go. And then this was Christmas dinner over at Grandma and Grandpa's house. My cousins. In the yellow is my cousin Chris. I do believe that's Chris. And then Brett in the green, and me there in the blue and red stripes. There's my Uncle Ed. Uncle Ed, he's always a snoozing. After we eat, Dad would catch him snoozing and take a picture of him. But there we all are there at the dinner table. My grandma, Mom, Mark, my brother, Chris, Grandpa, Aunt Marlene, Brett, me, and Uncle Ed. And there's Mark and my brother right there. That's a Star Wars toy there that they're checking out. Okay, that's the end of that one. Okay, now I told you guys I had some Christmas decorations for my third grandma's house, and that was her Christmas decorations right there in front of her trailer. And she always had her trailer all lit up. That was uptown in Bluffton here. So we always go over and visit her. There's a tree out in the front yard. And there's another view of it right there in front of her trailer. Okay, there's another view on the other side. Right there. And then there's another picture of her place. And that's it for that. These pictures here would have been after Christmas 1982. In early 83, because this is in the 83 album here. So these were pictures that were after that. There's that one bush out in the front yard there, because there's on the right hand side is the corner of the house here, and the neighbor's house there on the left. A cat sitting up there on Mom's shoulder. That's Mom right there. Cat up on her shoulder right there. More of the snow pictures. My dad was always out taking pictures of the places. Okay, I'm trying to think of what this place was, and this is the neighbor's house down here. Right down here beside us. That's the front of their place. And that's across the street there in the creek. And that's around the bend in the creek. We always go over there on that hill right there, and we'd slide down that hill over there. You'd always catch us over there all the time. That's where we were always at. Okay, moving on. Okay, there's Christmas 1983. I do believe that's what year this is. As you see, the trees got a little bit more extravagant, just a little bit. 83, this has been, I was 12 years old. So you can see the difference there. There's the angel on top, the star on the top. Mom wanted to put an angel on the top, but I wanted to put a star on the top. So we got compromised and did both. A star and an angel. And then right here's my mom's village that she put up. We get too much of a glare here. She even decorated underneath the table there. That table right here is in the living room here, right beside me. In the living room here. But that right there, that's between the my bedroom door and the other door out there in the hallway. That's where that is at. She made a collage back here in the back. She did that all back there too. She did a lot of stuff for Christmas, that's for sure. This was her favorite time of year. I still got the village. It's up in the attic. I'll have to get it down someday. Anyways, we'll move on. Okay, more snow pictures. There's my bicycle sitting in the front yard. That's the picture window right here beside me in the living room. There's that. More pictures of the creek over across the road. More. Moving on. Oh, got all kinds of Dad loved taking pictures of the snow, and Mom always wanted to get pictures of the snow. So that's the snow out front here. That's beside the house here on the other side. That's that one big tree that the car's parked underneath of right now, where I got my trailer. That's that tree right there. Look how little it was back then. It's pretty cool going over these through these pictures to see what it actually looked like back then. There's the two big trees out front. The driveway was right there in the middle. We had quite a bit of snow that year. Moving on. Well, there was no pictures from Christmas 84 or 85, but this would have been after Christmas 86, early 86. So this is across the street there. Like I said, Dad always liked taking pictures of the stuff across the street all the time. And that's when I broke my ankle. 1986. Right before I turned 15 years old. Anyways, let's get on to this. Enough of that. Birds at the bird feeder. Oh, well, I don't have any other pictures of Christmas 86, but that picture right there. There were some pictures in here, but I don't know where they're at. So that was 86. There's some snow from 86, end of 86 right here after Christmas. That's the cardinal right there. That's right out the front door here, or out the front. That bush that's right there. There's the cardinal right down there. There's the cardinal on the bird feeder. So that was 86. That's all I got, guys. Okay, here is Christmas 1987. The tree looks pretty dang good. And if you look down there at that football to the left right there, I got that football right there. That was a Bernie Kosar football. Bernie Kosar was my favorite player back then. So that's what I got for Christmas that year. Christmas 1987. Yeah, 87. So I've been 16 years old right there. Another picture of the tree. This would be at my grandparents' house. That was my grandma's tree right there. And then right here would be my grandma and grandpa. Right there. Grandma can't see grandma's face right there, but there's grandpa. See grandpa. But that was Christmas 87. Moving on. Okay, here we're getting into Christmas 1988. A few of my mom's Santa Clauses. That's here in the house, because right there's a home stereo speaker right there in the corner. But that's here. some of my mom's stuff. That there, Dad's here too. I'm trying to picture where that's at, actually. But that was a little tree Mom put up here at the house. And then here is picture of some up at the church, I do believe, up a town in Bluffton at one of the churches, Christmas lights. And then there's me. Grandpa made all of us kids a cardinal for a Christmas ornament for that year. Right there. And then this picture here is just some stuff that my mom had set up on the shelf. That's the shelf over here, and I guess that's about Easter time Mom had that up. That's the divider here in the entrance way here. Moving on. Okay, manger scene on the fireplace here. You can see quite a bit of a difference in what we did here. But anyways, if you look right here, that was a kerosene heater right there that Dad put in here. So I've got proof of it that the fireplace hadn't been used at least since then. And this was 1988 is when this kerosene heater was there. My mom's teddy bears during Christmas. And then this was the house here. This when Dad had it all decorated up. See, we got lights in the trees and lights across the front. And it was all lit up. Mom had candles in every window. You can see the candles lit in the windows. Dad built little pieces to go in the windows so the candles would sit in the windows. But there's that. This would be Christmas 1988. Okay, I got through this in there. I do believe this was up in Michigan, if I'm not mistaken. Mom always wanted to go up north because there was a Christmas place up in Michigan. And I don't know exactly where it's at, but if anybody knows this place up in Michigan, I think that's where it's at. I'm not positive, but I do believe that is where this is at. And then Dad had to take a picture of this. Baseball cards, comic books, Scott Stuff, sports apparel, buy, sell, trade. Dad had to take a picture of that just because of that. And there's Dad's Cadillac that we did. And then this particular picture here is of my mom in front of a bunch of Christmas decorations. That's why I was going to throw it in here, because they went up there during Christmas to go look at the Christmas decorations up there. And they stayed at a motel room up there while they was up there. They stayed a whole day. And then this was at the Christmas, 1990. This would be the neighbor's daughter. My neighbor Gary's, that's their daughter right there. So that was Christmas 1990. That's my brother. Opening his stuff. This was actually over at the neighbor's house, because that's their front window right there at their house. Then we get them home here. There's what it looks like in 1990. That's me right there starting to grow my hair out long. It's after I graduated high school and I started growing a mustache and growing my hair long. So that's right there. Okay, moving on. Okay, I thought I'd throw these in here real quick. Mom always loved my mom always wanted a daughter, so she took the neighbor's daughter and kind of wanted to take pictures of her and stuff like that. You can see that was 1992 there. And then that's their son. Their son Mark and their daughter Sarah. Mom always liked going over there and taking pictures of them all the time. Okay, moving on. Okay, I got some more cool winter pictures. You can see this is out the front window right here, out the front yard. I do believe that's what that is. No, hold that. Take that back. That right there is the tree outside the house here. Over on the other side of the house, outside the bay window. That's looking through the bay window to the outside. That's what that is. Pretty cool. More snow pictures. Now, I'm going to show you now here, real quick. This is the first time I've really actually noticed it. I'm going to flip this over, and we're going to see a picture of my Mustang. Check it out. That was my Mustang sitting there in the front yard. You can see, a long time ago, this place was in pretty decent shape around here. I bought that car in summer of '89, after I graduated high school. So there it is, sitting in the front yard there. The only vehicle in the front yard, and my bicycle. Wow, how times have changed, eh, guys? Anyways, this is looking out the back. The backyard's empty too. Then that's looking all across the back, off the deck, out back. Oh, I love going through these pictures and seeing this stuff and changes and stuff. There's no snow on the ground there, but there we go with that. Okay, we got some more snow pictures here, real quick. We can check out. This is like I said, this is my mom's favorite time of year. She would not go down to Florida because she didn't want to go down and miss the snow. Even in her old age. Hey, that is an old Ford garden tractor right there. Check it out. That's when we had the Ford lawnmower. Cool. That's awesome. Didn't notice that. And then there's another picture of the back of the neighbor's house. That's the back of the neighbor's house. Right there. Cool. Moving on. And I gotta throw this picture in here. That was my mom with her doll babies. This was in the room right here off the side with the bay window in it, right there. That's how she had the room decorated, with all her doll babies in there. But that's my mom. I had to put this in there. And beside that, right here, that was my cat, Blue. That was a Blue Point Siamese that I had given to me from a friend of mine. But that's what that is. That's a Blue Point Siamese. And here he is right here. That was one smart cat too. He knew how to open up the door and get out of the house, and he'd open up the door and come back in. That's him. Blue Point Siamese. Well, here's a few random pictures of my mom's decorations. These pictures here, I found some dates on 86 and 83. This was 86, right there. And that was 86. And this picture on the back side here was 83. That was 83. More pictures. Now this thing right here, this cabinet right here, is inside the door here in the house here. That's what that is. That's that right there. Antique. So that was like taken in 87. I think I saw the date on the back of that was 87. But I think I'm going to conclude that here. I just wanted to show you guys some of my mom's decorations on Christmas. You know, for her 10th anniversary of her passing away. Just thought I'd do this real quick. This is a long video. I mean, if you guys lasted this long, my video here is almost going to be half hour long. But I wanted to dedicate this video to my mom, you know, for her that and her Christmas decorations that she always put out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I miss my mom dearly. It doesn't seem like it's been 10 years. Some days it does seem like it's been longer. And some days it just doesn't seem like she's been gone that long. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Wish you guys would have known my mom. She was a good lady. Always decorated the house for Christmas. And decorated for every holiday, basically, almost. But her favorite time of year was Christmas. And she passed away right before Christmas. And we buried her 2 days before Christmas, 2015. But anyways, miss you, Mom. This is for you. I hope I get some views out of this thing. Just for you. Catch you guys later. Thanks for always watching.